tonight, the fight to save Biscayne moves to a new front. A rookery for important marine birds in the northern basin is now at risk because of increased boating right near the habitat.
And tomorrow, Miami commissioners will decide whether to afford that critical island more protection, and the fate of Biscayne Bay could hang in the balance. Here's tonight's Don't Trash Our Treasure. Act on, just across Biscayne Bay from Morningside Park, the rookery on Mangrove Island explodes with life.
So you see hundreds of birds flying in patterns, and it's just magnificent.
But this peaceful scene doesn't last for very long.
This whole area is a slow speed zone, minimum wake, and every single day we see jet skis running through here.
Laura Reynolds is the vice president of Friends of Biscayne Bay. The spike in aggressive motorized boating here is very concerning. She's seen all this play out before, with devastating consequences.
In 2019, we saw the nesting cease on this island. It hasn't been documented since.
Reynolds is talking about Bird Key, just north of Mangrove Island. It used to be the main rookery in this section of the bay, a nesting area for hundreds of marine birds, until one day it wasn't.
The birds just left, and at the same time we saw increased jet ski traffic, increased landings on the island, and violation of the slow speed minimum wake in this area.
It's believed the birds moved to nearby Mangrove Island, where up until recently, things were much quieter. But that was before the pandemic.
Witnessing a lot of speeding jet skis.
Morningside resident Sandy Moise has been sounding the alarm for months, witnessing and documenting birds being harassed by water enthusiasts and the deadly results of those fishing near the island, recklessly abandoning their lines and hooks.
5 brown pelicans that perished within 1 month, all tangled in nest and found hanging in the rookery. It was very morbid.
In fact, we saw 2 carcasses during our visit.
Unfortunately, a lot of the birds have been killed, and I've been getting photographs, and it's because there's a lot of action here, especially during the weekend.
City of Miami Commissioner Sabina Covo has been stepping up to protect the rookery. In July, she successfully sponsored a resolution to get the city manager to work with FWC to put up these signs telling people to keep out. The signs went up in September, but not much has changed.
But people are ignoring the signs because there's no one out here to enforce it.
Scientist author Brian Raposa says the lack of policing has put this rookery in danger of collapsing and would leave the cormorants, the brown pelicans, and the magnificent frigate birds with nowhere else to nest.
These birds are very sensitive to disturbance. If boaters are going too fast, if fishermen are coming in here and getting too close, the birds are going to stop using this island. And eventually they're going to stop using the bay.
At the next City Commission meeting, Covo is sponsoring a new resolution, one that would prohibit any motorized water activity within 500 feet of the island. Covo also wants to make the channel east of the rookery an idle speed zone. It is, in fact, a manatee protected area. And we saw quite a few this day.
And we have manatees going under us while we have speeding boats ripping through a manatee protection zone.
Activists like Albert Gomez are fired up.
This critical wildlife needs to be protected as a bank, literally as a bank for our future community, for our kids' kids. We're not going to have anything for them to look at other than a pond of water and dead water below them.
The health of Biscayne Bay is the linchpin to our prosperity. A recent study found the bay contributes $64 billion to the local economy. For Reynolds and other advocates, losing this rookery is a losing proposition for all Miami-Dade.
This is our Central Park. This is our Blue Heart, and without it, we can't survive.
It is our Blue Heart. The Miami City Commission meeting is happening tomorrow at 9. Commissioner Covo and other eco-activists will be holding a news conference at 8:30 on the steps of City Hall. If you want your voice heard on this, come out and sign up for public comments. For more info, scan that QR code. It'll take you straight to the Don't Trash Our Treasure page on local10.com. Look, bottom line is, have fun on the water. Just respect the natural life.
Right. Go slow around
Go slow.
there. Yeah.
Go slow.
The birds are beautiful.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.